moving target?
No, I took an auto track.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wow, look at it fly!
Dude, that is a fucking drone, bro.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA.
My gosh.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
Look at that thing, dude.
That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not.
That is the LNS, dude.
Well, if there's like...
Look at that thing.
It's rotating.
Alright, Shalom. Like to start out by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to the elect all over the four corners of the earth. Okay, Shalom. This is Ezekiel 1 and verse 14. It says, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning, talking about the angels, right? Now, we're going to get into the UFOs side of it, but we want to start at verse 14 to show how the angels and the so-called UFOs, the vehicles of the angels, the chariots, how they all work hand in hand, okay? So it says, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. See, the movement of the angels was what? It compared them to as a flash of lightning. Zoom. Okay, just like when you see the chariots up in the heavens, they may be moving at a pace, and then all of a sudden it's zoom, and they gone. Okay, well, we can't see them anymore, you know. So as a flash of lightning, because when it's thundering and lightning, in that lightning flash, then guess what? It's and it's gone. You see, that lightning you don't just see that lightning just staying lit up. See, same way with the angels and the chariots. Okay, it says, now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl. See? So now Ezekiel is what? Describing how the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots, describing how they look. Okay, 1 second, Salaki, 1 second. Okay, so let me read that again. It says, verse 14, it says, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. Now as I beheld the living creature, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creature with the four faces. Now, the fastest thing that, one of the fastest things that I can make a comparison to is drag racing, and how the driver and that car with all that horsepower have to be in tune and in line with each other. Okay, now the man can move in at a certain pace, but guess what? That vehicle or that car is always much faster. So you have to be up on one accord with it. You have to be, you know, it's a spirit behind it. It's a focus behind it. You're not gonna just get in a car that can go 300 miles per hour within 3-4 seconds, you know, and think that that's something you can take lightly and I can do it in my sleep. No. You see, those drivers prepare hours and hours, okay? And guess what? Stuff still go wrong. But the point of it is that I'm showing is that how the driver and those cars with all those horsepowers are in line with each other, in tune with each other. The driver try his best to get in line with the spirit of that vehicle, because you have to respect it because it's horsepower. Hey, the same thing with the chariots and the angels. They can move at a pace that's so rapid. Guess what? The chariots also have to be able to move at that same pace, or if not, faster. You see? So they are all in line with each other. Okay? Now, it says the appearance of the wheels and their work was like the color of a beryl, right? Which is a greenish color, okay? Which is actually, that's the stone of Manasseh, okay? The tribe of Manasseh, okay? That's their stone, and the color of it is a greenish color. Judah also have a green color stone, which is the emerald, okay? Which is a little bit darker than the beryl stone, okay? The beryl stone is a little more shinier, a little bit more lighter, but the emerald stone is a little bit darker typish green, but they both in that greenish color family. So these are the colors that Ezekiel was describing that he's seen that the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai look like. Now, can't no pilot, no scientist of Esau can tell you the color of the chariots. You see? But the Lord allowed Ezekiel, which is a son of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, to see the details of it. Okay, and it's gonna get more into detail of the chariots, which you people call UFOs, which they're not UFOs for unidentified objects. They are identified, and they are the chariots identified in the scriptures as the chariots of the angels, the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai. You see, and you can go through and depict when it's talking about the actual chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai, and when it's talking about chariots that you use within war that you ride on the back of with horses pulling it. That's a different type of chariot than the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? Now it says the appearance of the wheels and their work was like the color of beryl, and the four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel, right? A wheel inside the middle of a wheel. Okay? What's that? That's the chariots, a flying saucer. Okay? It says when they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. Right. The angels' movement was different. Well, guess from what we know today. Okay? Let me read again. It says, when they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. See? They didn't make a left turn or a right turn. They have the ability to go whichever way they want to, and it's not queued up on a turn. It's if the spirit this way, bam, they that way, then that way, because they follow the spirit. If you can follow that. Same way with the chariots. If the angels can move that way, then guess what? The chariots have to be able to move that way. Okay? It says, and as for their rings, it says they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about their fours. See? It said the rings. That's why you can see the chariots with what? It's like lights all around them. It's going to tell you. It says, and when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. See? Why? Because they are, the angels are within these chariots. So if the angels go up, the chariot going up. The angels go here, chariot going there. You see? It says, whithersoever the spirit was to go. Where? It says, whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. See? Feeding off of that natural spiritual energy of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the way that they move. Okay? It says, whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Whether was their spirit to go, the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheel. See? The spirit of the living creatures, talking about the angels, were inside of the wheels, which are the chariots. See? So Ezekiel is giving you, letting you know that no, these, what you people are calling UFOs, they are the chariots. They are the vehicles of the angels. The same vehicles that we're going to get translated up into and get up out of here. The 144,000, the elect. Okay? One more verse. It says, when those went, these went. When the angels went, the chariots went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheel. See? The spirit of the living creatures was in the wheel. So they in one accord. Wherever they went, they went. They moved. They went up, they went up. You see them, bam, and then you don't see them. See? That's why on the clip before the video started, you can see those pilots. He was like, I caught him, got him, you know. Then another one said it's a fleet of them. Chariots everywhere, okay? But they don't want you to be able to, don't want them to put out that they literally see these chariots often because they can't identify what they are. But guess what? We're telling you what they are. They are the angels and the vehicles of the angels. And the angels are within the vehicles. When Yahweh Shema Shai come back, guess what he coming back with? Chariots. Okay? It says, and the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the creatures, whereas the color of terrible crystal stretched out forth over there. Yeah, so that was the point. Okay? You know? Now, I mentioned earlier that the chariots are different. Meaning sometimes it's just talking about a regular chariot that you would ride on the back of, okay? And when it's time for war, during war, when it's time to fight, okay? And you can easily tell that it's a different type of chariot. Because Yahweh Shema Shai is not going to destroy his own chariots. How dumb would that be? You see what I'm saying? So you know when talking about the chariots of the Most High, it's talking about the war chariots. Chariots that different kingdoms would use to go to war with and fight with. This is Exodus 13 and 20. It says, and they took their journey from Suscot and encamped in Etham in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them. You know what? No, this ain't the scripture I want, but I'm going to read this though. Because this is showing that the Lord guided and leaded us through Egypt right here with the chariots. It's a cloud by day fire by night, that was the chariot that the Lord was guiding and leading us through. And I get to the other, what I was meaning, and after this, but it says, and the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. See? So that's how we was able to navigate and to move, okay? When we had our great exit, okay? The Lord moved through the chariots. He showed us through the chariots how to move. He said a cloud by day and fire by night. What's the chariot? Because you got to remember, when it's black dark and it's a new moon, or that whole 4 days after 5 days after the new moon, it's pitch black dark outside, okay, in the middle of the night. You see? That's Isaiah, yeah, let me go there right quick, and then I get one more. Isaiah 31. Yeah, Isaiah 31:1. See, this is talking about those war chariots right here. It says, Ezekiel 31:1, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots. See, those chariots are those chariots that I was mentioning earlier, which are the war chariots. When you fighting and you at war and you on back of that chariot, okay, that's that type of chariot. This is not the chariot that Ezekiel was describing, okay, when he gave us what they look like, how they move, the color of them, the lights that surround them. It says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. See? But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek ye the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. So the Lord saying, woe to you Israelites that go down and side with Egypt because they have a great army. Woe to you that sides with America because they have a great army. Okay? But guess what? America army is no competition. Is no competition for the army of Yahweh Shema Shai. So why would you trust in that army? Basically, what the scripture's saying, why would you trust in something outside of Yahweh Shema Shai? No, trust in the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai. Those are the angels and their vehicles. And they have great power. They move, like it said in Ezekiel 1, like a flash of a lightning. You can't track that. You see? You can't track that. Okay? You see? So woe to you that forsake those chariots and trust in man's chariots, the chariots of Esau in the nation. See? One more, Isaiah 66. Because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to come back and deliver the elect, the 144,000, the elect of Israel. And what's coming with him? The chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is what gonna beam the elect up. Okay. Isaiah 66:15, it says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire. The Lord's gonna come with fire. The second coming of Yahweh Shai with fire. And with his chariots, like a whirlwind. See? Those are the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai. A wheel inside of a wheel with lights around it, okay? That's turning, that's able to move wherever the spirit goes, moving off that natural, raw, spiritual power. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, see? to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So that is how the Lord is coming, with fire and the chariot. See? Those chariots is fireproof. They're truly fireproof. You know? You can't burn them. You can't burn the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? So, what these pilots are seeing are the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? And the men of the Lord here at Great Millstone, starting with the Apostle Tahar on down to the rest of the apostles and their elders. Okay? The men of the Lord is telling you and showing you that these are the so-called UFOs, are the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? So that's what it is. You know, so pray that this was edifying, and like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace and safety to the elect all over the four corners of the earth. Shalom.